when you have pride in your community and you walk with dignity, you are not going out and killing someone.
Brooklyn Day 1 year later, as seen from the mother of one of the victims and 3 others impacted deeply by the worst mass shooting in Baltimore history. Tomorrow marks the 1 year anniversary of a colossal tragedy in South Baltimore. It was a tragedy that by the numbers still remains hard to fathom.
Exactly. 28 wounded, 2 killed. 18-year-old Aaliyah Gonzalez and 20-year-old Kyla Fagbemi. And the ripple effect of this day is massive.
11 News anchor Deborah Weiner takes a look at 4 lives forever changed. Deborah's joining us now. Deb.
Well, Ashley and Jason, it is probably impossible to calculate the total number of people affected by this mass shooting. Just impossible. But tonight, on the eve of this anniversary, we focus on 4 of them.
Ma'am, I'm trying to locate the address. Okay?
It's Brooklyn Home. Brooklyn Home.
Okay.
Oh, they shooting again. They shooting again.
Okay, get down, ma'am. Get down.
Can you please?
You guys hold. You guys hold. We gotta get him upright. Gotta get him in there, okay? I need you to fight. Come on. I need you to fight. Come on, bro.
This mass shooting is one of the most painful chapters in our city's history.
By now, we know that chapter, the widespread failings and the woeful frustrations. But here is part of the rest of the story from some of those changed forever in the last year.
Ooh, who's that lady? Hey, 17 queen.
Cell phone videos of college-bound 18-year-old Aaliyah Gonzalez are both the greatest gift and the worst gut punch for her mother, Crystal. The two were so very close.
Most kids run from their parents. Aaliyah ran to me.
The Glen Burnie High School graduate was a talented artist like her father. Her self-portrait captures a serious side, a sketch with her dad, the little girl's side. A shelf in the family home that used to hold books now holds only Aaliyah.
I mean, she had every right to go out and have fun. And I told her, even in her passing, baby, you did nothing wrong. None of those kids did anything wrong.
What's wrong, Crystal believes, is accepting the norm as normal.
Your level of tolerance is what keeps the violence going. The more you tolerate this, the more it continues.
While 5 young people have been arrested, no one has yet been charged with murder.
I can't live worrying about how these boys will spend the rest of their lives. I've got to focus on how I'm going to honor Aaliyah's life and her legacy.
On the basketball court, 18 months.
Safe Streets director Corey Winfield is laser focused on Brooklyn while still coming to grips with what happened on Brooklyn Day.
It was over a year before anybody fired a gun in Brooklyn Homes. So I wasn't expecting that.
Part of Corey's job is keeping the really small stuff from becoming the really bad stuff.
Death is stepping on your shoe might cause you to lose your life. Right? We know that shouldn't happen, but here it does.
Is that how it began a year ago? Unclear. But at least 28 people are living with that trauma as survivors. Often called upon as an expert on gun violence, Corey champions the Safe Streets program that regularly brings therapists to Brooklyn.
I need somebody that look like me, to feel comfortable to sit down because they look like them, to have those kind of conversations.
More than 40 years practicing law and a call from a grandmother brought Warren Brown among his youngest clients ever, just 15, able to get a gun, but unable to read a book.
No matter how much you see it, there's still a stench in your nostrils that is hard to deal with when you see this young life. And the prospects are very dim for a decent life.
The teenager, the youngest charged in this case, is serving a 5-year sentence in juvenile detention for assault and possession of a handgun by a minor.
There was no police presence there. And so I think there was a general feeling that of anarchy, if you will. I don't think it was anything significant that triggered it. And that's oftentimes the case. That is oftentimes the case.
Baltimore City Council member Felicia Porter serves 13 communities in District 10, including Brooklyn.
We have a spotlight on a lot of the issues that people have been experiencing in South Baltimore for generations.
Tragedy has turned to purpose, with a renewed focus on policing, public health, vacant homes, and food access, with many groups working together.
And they've really banded together to not only just preserve their community, but also uplift their community, which hasn't happened in generations.
1 year later, and back in Brooklyn homes, victims will be honored with a day of healing and wellness at the same spot where the mass shooting unfolded.
I want there to be joy within our neighborhoods, and we can do that. We can do that in a safe way.
At the same time in Glen Burnie, Crystal Gonzalez and her family will be hosting Aaliyah Day, a celebration of life with plenty of security.
Everything Brooklyn Day was not. And I say that because we have to do it the right way.
For the families of Baltimore City, for the communities, and the positive influence that we're trying to move Baltimore toward, I pray that this doesn't happen again.
The mother, the peacekeeper, the lawyer, and the lawmaker, permanently changed in a year that feels both like a century and yet only yesterday.
Tomorrow's event in Aaliyah's honor is put on by a new nonprofit that Crystal started. It is called Redirecting Our Culture. She says it is meant to restore principles of respect, pride, and dignity.